Chuck. This is just a little something Sam Lugo and I, Chuck, do while trolling the internet for silliness. Enjoy. Willie. I woke up thinking about the differences between Brooklyn rock and Bronx rock this morning, and in my own opinion, one of the major differences is that Bronx rock became more of a performing dance. In my experience as a professional dancer, it was tailored more for entertaining an audience during the mid to late 70s. While Brooklyn rock was more of an urban art form, which was done more on the streets or local jams than in the limelight or mainstream the way we did it, when I danced with the Latin Symbolics Dance Company. Chuck. That is true about rocking in general and not necessarily about whatever it is you refer to as Brooklyn rock. Rocking was and still is an urban art form. So by your own definition, Brooklyn rockers remained true to what rocking was and still is today, while Bronx rockers altered it to entertain mainstream audiences. Like when real rappers remain true to rapping, which is also an urban art form, while other rappers tailor rap songs to fit a more mainstream pop format. There's a term for that, but I can't remember it right now. What is it again? Conforming, or selling? Something, I can't quite remember the term. Willie. I believe the freedom of it being more of a freestyle dance was the reason it evolved faster than what was being done in Brooklyn, and it gave us the opportunity to spread the rock dance culture throughout the city and eventually to other states in the early days. Chuck. Your use of the word, evolve, is interesting. I was thinking more along the lines of perverted, but that's a matter of opinion, depending on who you ask. Further, you and whatever Bronx rockers you are referring to with regard to spreading rocking throughout the city is a little self-serving. Rocking was already spread throughout the city, that is if you're referring to New York City. And as far as, eventually to other states, that may be true. But if anyone should get credit for what rocking has become today, my money is on Ralph Casanova aka King Uprock. He was a key player in preserving and promoting the culture. Willie. As a member of the Latin Symbolics, we were the first to have what was considered to be a professional rock team, back in the mid-70s, with rockers like Enoch and Papo paving the way for what was to come. Chuck. I am not sure about that. There were many other, professional, rock teams that were not from the Bronx. As a matter of fact, Sam Lugo and Papo 774 were also members of the Latin Symbolics. Breifly. They quit because of the very thing you described in your first paragraph. The fact that rocking did not remain true to its urban roots and instead, evolved, as you put it, with glam outfits and slick showmanship that would give any Vegas extravaganza a run for the money. Willie. It was the first time big audiences got to see the rock dance in a professional presentation, and that is a fact which is indisputable, since the Latin Symbolics were the first Latino-based professional dance team which also had a rock team, along with salsa, mambo and the Latin hustle to name a few of the dances we did. Many other dance teams and dance companies came later, however we were the first.
I was battling with Little Lep, right? At one of those the Rocksteady Crew anniversary, right?
Oh, okay, it was an event.
And Fable was looking at me because Fable had interviewed me and he caught me dancing for his documentary, The Untold Story of Uprock, right? And it was me, Enoch, and Frank Rojas, right? But he'd never seen me battle, and that day I battled Little Lep, right? And so when I'm battling, I'm a different animal. I'm gonna come out with a bunch of different stuff. If you're doing some stuff at me, I'm gonna come at you. Not disrespectful stuff, because I'm not into doing this. You know, I just find that we used to get into fights over shit like that. I don't like that kind of thing.
Yep.
Don't offer me your privates, dude.
Yep, that's why I didn't like it.
And I told people, especially you guys from Brooklyn, don't do that shit to me. I'm not into that. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that. We don't do that. You know, we got away from that because we used to do stuff like that early. Because I used to battle dudes and we used to do that.
Yeah, but
the moves would get too disrespectful. I jump up and grab your head and put my crotch in your face. You know what I'm saying? For offering me.
Yeah, but in the 80s it came right back to that.
But see, my thing, we got away from that because it led to fights.
Right. That's why I didn't do it. That's why I didn't become great at it.
I didn't like that kind of thing. Don't offer me a private.
I didn't want somebody grabbing my head.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I did that in a contest because the guy was being too disrespectful. And I'm like, okay, you want to battle? Toma, comete esto, you know? That's it. You know what I'm saying? But what was I going to say?
The way it keeps evolving today.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's one thing that we all agree.
that style of rocking that Brooklyn is doing now, that's more of an outlaw style of dancing, is what killed the dance in '74.
Yeah.
Because if you're telling me that in 1972 and '73 you was doing that outlaw style of dancing, and the dance form as the years go by, and the next generation becomes a part of it, you could show an evolution in how it's evolved from the first aspect of it to the way it's being done today. That style doesn't show no evolution.
Yeah.
So what they did is they tried to capture a '70s dance and almost how taking something that's retro and re-establishing it all over again. So they took a '70s style of dancing that was more of an outlaw street dancing, and they renamed it, and they came out in the '90s.
Yeah.
You understand? Not knowing that the Bronx style of dancing is the real evolution to rocking.
So you don't believe the stories that rocking came out in the late '60s in Brooklyn? Oh
no, you got to remember, rocking, it's a part of New York. So it parallels Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Manhattan. When I say Manhattan, I mean Spanish Harlem.
Yeah.
And then you had the Lower East Side of Manhattan. That's the 5 points of origin to the dance.
Word.
Okay? For somebody to say it started in Brooklyn, then, if they say it started in Brooklyn, can you show me the evolution of the way it once was to the way it's being done today?
Yeah.
You understand? A real dance form, each generation incorporates something that allows the dance to keep evolving. You understand? Yeah. Now, if you was to take a rocker from Brooklyn, and you take a Bronx-style rocker, and you put them to dance a whole song, I guarantee you that Brooklyn cannot compete to a Bronx-style rocking. Because a Bronx-style rocker does not need an opponent in front of them to dance.
Word.
For them to say that style of dancing with the big grabbing and the stabbing and this whole burns and jerk, it was allowed in the major clubs in Manhattan, that is downright outrageous. That style of dancing would have never existed in an Italian ran club in Manhattan. That's more of a neighborhood dance. That's not a dance form that was allowed back then in any establishment. That outlaw style of dancing that rockers do today, that's called a rock dance.
Yeah.
Realistically, you can't evolve from it. You really can't. It's funny how,
no disrespect to the Brooklyn up rock, it really didn't go nowhere. It still got the same characteristics as the comb in the hair. It hasn't evolved, but it remains the same. But
which is not a bad thing.
That is one of those most influenced dances that is out there. Is the Brooklyn up rock.
Ballet hasn't changed, but it's still strong.
It's still strong, but I love watching Ringo. I love watching Papa Love, amazing. And I seen him dancing, and he made me scared because of his anger. He shows you the real way, because that's how the up rock's supposed to be. You're supposed to be killing somebody. You understand? You're supposed to be killing somebody. So Papa looks at you, and when he's dancing, his eyes roll back. Yo, he's gonna kill you. Sometimes so I went around looking on the floor to see if anybody pissed on the floor, because he was that much of a I felt threatened, and that's what's the real essence of that Brooklyn up rock. It's amazing. But our style, it just evolved, and it keeps on evolving. I mean, right now they got
My name is Fano. I'm a mastermind rocker. You ever want to see how good a rocker is? Check him from the side. I'm gonna do a drop. Applause. Spin. This burn shit, that's nothing. You don't have this. Okay? You ain't a rocker. It was not just about you burning, but a rocker has to be able to dance. You ever come to Brooklyn? See me? I'm gonna show you what rocking is.
This world will rest once we have togetherness. Dynamite, we had fun, but it's just begun. It's just begun. It's just begun.
Come and get with this entourage as we get busy in the garage. Leaders of the new forever large. Yes, we got the funk flip script. Oh yes, get up and ill. Everybody move your hips. Freak out, yes. That's what I'm talking about. Watch the leaders come and turn it out. You try to front on the flavor, save it for later. We're trying to make it in the spirit like an elevator. You wanna know something funny? How we devastated when I elaborated, how we collaborated. We're singing to music factory. What's necessary that we salute many to living legendary. James Brown, coming so you better open the door because I wanna mop the floor.
Do it. Give me some rap now.